everything you've heard so far about Greg is true, but it's not enough. You can't overstate what a great man Greg Gillespie was, and what a great team Greg and Betty are. Whenever you would call them, they were never home. They were always out doing something, somewhere, anybody. They were blessing people. They are tireless workers for good. It's an example that's hard to find in other places. For us, there's a few of us here. Greg and Betty were part of our Ride the Thunder family, and Ride the Thunder is this movie we produce, and we're kind of like the mafia. Once you're in, you can't get out. And Greg and Betty were integral to what we did and what we're still trying to do, and they would go everywhere with us to do good for Vietnam veterans, and especially the American Vietnamese community. We appropriated a line from Galatians 6:9, the Apostle Paul. He said, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we'll reap a reward if we do not give up." Let me tell you, Greg and Betty never gave up, and that's the message. I want to talk a little bit about it. Greg Gillespie loved veterans, especially Vietnam veterans. I mean, especially Vietnam veterans. And he also loved and demonstrated love for the American Vietnamese community.
Mm-hmm.
Bridging the Gap is Greg and Betty's baby. I don't know, did you guys conceive it? Okay. I mean, this is a movement that is going to go, I think, nationwide, and it's going to bless and heal so many people. Greg got it. He understood that when you look at the American sacrifice and investment in Vietnam only from the limited prism of American involvement, you only got part of the story. When you looked at what the American Vietnamese, those opposed to communism, the price they paid, the value of the American sacrifice meant so much more. He got that, and he wanted to communicate that. He understood that when American fighting men came with their Vietnamese brothers and sisters, came together, they were healed and affirmed in ways that has not been done. And that is so powerful. He got it, he lived it. More importantly, Greg understood that we are in a culture war right now. And for you young people, the good guys are losing. This is like December 8th, 1941, all right? We're losing. We are losing the cultural war. It's far from over, but we are losing the cultural war for truth. The truth is America was right to serve in Vietnam and oppose communism for almost 50 years. Communism has killed almost 100 million people. The Vietnamese who have come to the United States bear witness to how evil communism is, and they love this country so much more than most of us because they paid a price for freedom that Greg understood, and he wanted to help celebrate that. Greg served twice. He was in the Navy for 2 years and so proud of his Vietnam service. I marvel at this picture on the bulletin today. I think Greg would be more comfortable naked, but with his hat, his Vietnam veteran service. If you only have one thing on, what are you going to wear? Underpants or your Vietnam veteran's hat? He would have chosen his Vietnam veteran's cover. But he loved serving those who served America. So 2 years in the Navy, then the rest of his life after that, serving our country and God and his family. We need to understand that to honor Greg, we also want to honor all those on the wall, all 58,000 American names on the wall, the 250,000 Vietnamese soldiers who died fighting communism, the 2 million Vietnamese citizens who died as a result of the communist aggression. But more importantly, people are still dying from Vietnam today. American veterans are dying because of Vietnam, and the Vietnamese community is dying from Vietnam. We're losing 400 American veterans a day of the Vietnam War. Greg has become part of that statistic. In the American Vietnamese community, I don't know what those numbers are, but they're staggering as well. We are fighting this battle for truth. We're losing, but we can't give up. I think about Greg, and he would never give up. And I think about Winston Churchill when he said, "Young man, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, 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 never." That was Winston Churchill. So I want us to be inspired by Greg's example to help set the historical record straight that the American effort for the Vietnam War and that America is a good country. That's how we honor Greg. That's how we honor those who served, who died, but those who also continue to serve. Again, Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a reward if we do not give up. If we do not give up. Semper Fidelis, Greg. God bless you.